Please subscribe to help you and your motorcycle perform better.
Dave Williams, Wader here with today's video, the 90-degree off-camber corner. Now we're talking 90-ish degrees, give or take a little. Doesn't really matter until you're running that top 15 national championship pace. Until then, a little more, a little less, it's all gonna work. Also, until you're running that kind of pace, you should really resist the temptation to make time in an off-camber corner. They're tricky. The first thing to do is to just survive the corner. Just survive it. That's your survival pace. Next step is to make sure you hit your entry, apex, and exit marks at your survival pace. Now don't jump this step. Don't skip it. If you do, it's like babies who skip crawling. They go straight from rolling to walking. Some adverse effects to that. So make sure that you, at your survival pace, you hit those marks. Then you can begin to pick up the pace and adjust those marks accordingly. But make sure you're hitting them consistently first. Of course, it's best to approach all turns in this manner, but on-camber turns or turns that you can see all the way through from the entrance, you can see the apex and the exit, they're more forgiving turns. You can blow those turns a little bit. Off-cambers, not so much. Now, of course, pros, they can do all of this by the end of FP3, FP4, and then nail it in qualifying. They're doing the same process, they just can narrow it down into this very narrow window, as Ben Spies proved quite effectively. We've got two other types of corners videos on the website and the channel, so be sure to look at those. These are shot at Buttonwillow Raceway, it's a mouthful, in Central California. But we've tried to make them as generic as possible, rather than just specific to Buttonwillow, because you'll find these types of corners at almost every track in the world. There's only one corkscrew, but just about every track in the world's got these kinds of turns. So here's a preview.
So this is the front straight. We're flying down here. And as we come down, especially when the sun is over on the west side now, in this case, our sunlight's coming directly east. Right down there, you can see light gray and black, and light gray and black. My brake marker would actually be about 30 feet back there. And if Dave pans back, there's a shiny mark right in the middle of the track. And if I run it in 600 mode, that's my brake marker there. So, you saw all the rise and fall, so coming into this braking area, but when we get to the corner, you're going to see that it's quite off camber. To get my bike exactly where I need it on the apex, which is around, as I said, halfway plus out. Because on exit, it gets even more off camber. The next time I come back here, do you think this is going to be 100% here or any reference points that I use? No. So you always want to get there the night before if you can and walk the track. So as I'm leaving the corner, I'm looking at the turn worker station and the Portaloo. The Portaloo may come or go, but the turn worker station has never moved in 20 years.
Catch the full video at davemosstuning.com.